up, guys? It's your girl, Mad at Meeks, and I'm here with a slightly different video for my channel. This is the first of its kind. Not really, just on my channel. I have a kind of a movie review for you. I'm not good at reviewing movies, so bear with me. But I just got out of the advanced screening of Halloween, and I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about it. So this is the new Halloween. Let me just get a sipple of my Zipple here. Mm-hmm. Wine and reviews. So, uh, this is what I saw was the Halloween movie, the new one with Jamie Lee Curtis. What's her name? Judy Greer. I cannot remember this daughter's name to save my life, and I cannot remember. I think in this movie, 3 people still play Michael Myers, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so this movie's about Jamie Lee Curtis's character getting ready to deal with the fact that Michael is being transferred from one facility to another. People want to interview him for a documentary of some sorts, just to see what's going on in his mind. And they have a doctor assigned to him. So he's at a loony bin, it's where he was. He's been there for 40 years, doesn't say a word, doesn't do anything. And so they have to transfer him from one facility to the next. And in between the transfer, all hell breaks loose and old dude escapes. And so now Jamie's character, I cannot remember her character. What is her name? What was her name? Lori. Jesus Christ. So Jamie's character, Lori, is pretty much like following him and tracking him just to make sure that nothing goes wrong. So she knows he's being transferred. She knows the date. She knows the time. She's going to be there to see it happen, to make sure nothing goes wrong. So she sees him off from the one facility, and then she just goes about her life like, okay, the transfer's happening. He's going away from me. It's fine. She finds out that the transfer bus crashes and he escapes, and then ensues the Michael Myers shenanigans. Now, if you were worried about this movie being a scary, gory thriller or horror movie, you'd be right in some aspects. A little bit. A little bit. It's not as scary as you would think a Halloween movie would be. It's definitely gory and hacker and slasher. It's definitely that. And it's quite a bit of suspense. There are times that not only myself but the rest of the audience, we were just sitting forward, sitting back, sitting forward, sitting back, like, oh my gosh, are you serious? What's gonna happen? Okay, all right, it happened. Now we lean back, watch what happens, and then we're like, are you telling me? And we lean forward again, or you do the side lean. Like, there was a lot of leaning happening, and I didn't feel bad doing it because I looked around and everybody else is doing it too. Side note, it's part of the reason why I like seeing horror movies in theater, because the audience is so interactive. When the audience is interactive, the movie gets so much better. But what surprised me about this movie, I'm not going to go into any spoilers. Side note, what surprised me about this movie is how many times the audience burst into laughter, which was immediately followed by it, oh, like, shit type of feeling. But it was a lot of laughter in this movie. I have to say that I genuinely enjoyed this movie. I was looking at the ratings after I got out of it, and it was like 8.2 or something like that out of 10 stars. And I was like, okay, I can see that. I can see how people would give it a higher rating. I'm somewhere in between like a 7 and an 8 myself, but it's the best way to sum up this movie. It was just a blast. I literally had to think about it. Like, it was action packed, surprisingly. Like, the latter half of the movie is when it really kicks into gear. In the beginning, you have to sit through a bunch of scene setting, which is kind of weird, like different camera angles behind the ear, literally underneath like from this angle underneath the chin. And I'm like, okay, why are we looking at the back of this dude's ear? And it's not even like a main character's ear. It's some random sideness. Or we getting the up the shot, like we can see in your nostrils type shot. And I'm like, I have a question for the class. Why? 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 But once you get past, like once he breaks out and the mayhem starts, the it's a slow build to the last maybe, let me see, the last maybe 20-25 minutes of the film. You see a lot of characters who were in the original Halloween movie in this movie. I think maybe like 2 or 3 of them. You'll notice them. They completely got rid of the lore from the previous Halloween movies. Like right after the first one, pretty much doesn't exist. Like all that stuff didn't exist. It was just rumors and all that stuff. And they set that up pretty early. That's what that's going to be about. And you also get to see Laurie Strother's granddaughter, which honestly, I liked her character. She was just there to fill the young scream queen, just what is she doing, following around, like behind the shots, running, all that stuff. She didn't really have a meaty part in this. But I enjoyed her presence. And I actually enjoyed Judy Greer in this. I really liked her in this. She displayed the neuroticism very well. Like what happens when you live in a house where your mother is constantly paranoid. It makes you a certain type of way, and you can see her act that out in a very believable manner, where she just wants shit to be normal, and her mother is crazy, and she doesn't want that craziness to project on her daughter. But I mean, for the daughter, she still wants her family there, so she has to balance between allowing her mother, who's slightly crazy, to join in the family festivities, or to keep her over there by herself, because she's out there. She's thinking all about the stuff that could happen, and she's out there. But that being said, honestly, I would recommend this movie. I really would. I had a blast watching it. The last 25 minutes made the movie for me. It did. You talk about a slow burn for me. I was kind of sort of not interested, and then I was interested, and then I was yelling at the screen with everybody else. Yeah, so hopefully my review isn't all over the place. Probably is, because I've never done one before, and I didn't think to write down notes. I got in there and I saw the press had 2 complete rows, and they were maybe 3 rows back from me, and then there was press in front of me, and so they had their notebooks, and I was like, dang it, I didn't think about bringing my notebook. I was just going to see a movie, and I was like, you know what, why not? I might as well review it. I'm seeing it early. It doesn't come out. This is just my take on it, I'm not a big Halloween fan, like Freddy, Jason, Krueger, all those things fighting each other with aliens. I'm not a big fan of that. I did see the original ones, which scarred me for life. But I will say that this movie is not as scary as it seems. It's more action-packed, and it has moments of levity that makes you really enjoy watching it. It takes you on a trip, and it's good. So if you guys are interested in seeing Halloween, I would recommend it. If you can catch it for like $5, go ahead. If you want to make it like an evening and go to like one of the theaters with food in it, do it. Get you a drink. You will not regret having a drink there. It's good. I wouldn't mind it. So thanks for hanging with me on my first movie review. And hopefully I'll get to do this again. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.